wedding because there was no food. Me and my wife were invited to my friend's wedding. The wedding was going to have about 70 people, with mostly family. When we got there, we were seated at a table with some other people. Nice people, and we mingled well and had a good time chatting. The wedding was also quite nice. Both my friend and his new wife were very happy. After the ceremony, every table got 2 bottles of wine, bread and butter, and there was also an open bar, so we started to have a few drinks. Then the food came out. It looked really good. The food was set up for a buffet. I was half buzzed and looking forward to getting some food in my belly. When it was time to eat, every few tables at a time were going to get called, which is fine. The first few tables that were called were understandably the family off both sides. The problem was that the family members, his in-laws, are larger people. Now, I don't shame people for how much they eat, but I noticed the helpings of food they had while I was patiently waiting for us to be called. I also noticed that they went for seconds before all the tables were called and no one stopped them. I didn't say anything, though I thought that was rude. I just assumed that there was going to be a lot of food. To my surprise, by the time that we were called, there was nothing left. I asked if there was more coming out, and apparently that already occurred. So we grabbed what little we could and went back to sit down and ate the scraps. We were all still pretty hungry and a bit pissed off, so we kind of bashed out that the first few tables ate all the food. Someone mentioned that they could go for some pizza, and then I had the drunken idea of ordering some. So that's exactly what we did. We all pitched in and ordered 4 large pizzas and some chicken wings from a local pizza joint close to the venue, so it didn't take long to be delivered. I met the guy outside and brought the food to our table, and we started to eat. Some of the other tables noticed and asked where the pizza came from. Apparently, some of the other tables close to ours didn't get any food either, so we shared with them. This caused some kind of commotion because the other people were looking for and asking for the wedding party if there was still pizza available. I guess there were others that didn't get to eat either. We did share with anyone who asked us. My friend came to talk to me about why I ordered the food. His bride was not happy about it. It ruined the aesthetics. So I told him that we didn't get to eat and that the food ran out long before our table was called and that we were all really hungry. He then asked why we didn't just step out and eat and come back. Though annoyed about that, I respectively explained to him that we were all drinking on an empty stomach and that it probably wasn't the best idea to have drunk people walking around looking for food. I don't think he liked that, but went back to his bride, who was glaring at us. Like, what are we supposed to do, starve? This wasn't the end though. As we finished eating, one of the in-laws came to our table and asked where the pizza came from. This is maybe where I was the a-hole. There were 2 slices left. I knew he was eyeing them. I asked other people at my table if they wanted one, and everyone declined. This guy then said he'd have one. I then took the 2 slices and put them on my plate and started to eat them. Then looked at him and said something like, "No, you and everyone at your tables had way more than your fair share of the buffet and ate all of it. This is the reason that we ordered food in the first place, and now you have the nerve to ask us to share?" His face went red and he returned to his table. There was a lot of discussion going on there. They were all looking back at us with